Hey YouTube fitness family, so I apologize in advance about the quality of this video. Obviously I'm not in my normal video taking spot. I'm not even in my normal video taking like apparel, hairs in a ponytail and all, but that's because I feel that this video was so important. I didn't even care about all that. We have to get something cleared up off the table. This might be my most important video yet. Let's get a pen and some paper because we're talking about muscle versus fat today. So first of all, let's dispel one huge myth about muscle. Everyone tends to always tell me that muscle weighs more than fat. Here's the face that I do when people tell me that. I'm sorry, what? Muscle weighs more than fat? Because the last time I checked, a pound of fat and a pound of muscle both weighed a pound. Oh, that's life-changing right there. But you have to understand that just because they weigh the same doesn't mean that they have the same composition. I'll show you with a visual. Muscle is like a well-behaved child. It does what you want it to do. You work on it, and it works right back. So for this demonstration, we are going to say that this roll of quarters is muscle. Now in real life, this roll of quarters weighs about a half pound. This is muscle. Nice, compact, stays where it wants to be. Fat is an unruly child. It's that kid in the store or in the restaurant that's running all over the place, screaming, causing all sorts of havoc, and you're wondering where his parents are. Why is this child hitting the cart into the back of my ankles? Or maybe that's just me. But that's that child. And here is fat for our demonstration. A roll of toilet paper. So a roll of toilet paper is about half a pound as well. Who would have thunk? So these two guys weigh about the same. But you can already tell that the muscle takes up less space than the fat. And I've taken some of the paper off of this for part 2 of our demonstration. So imagine that this is really supposed to be bigger. So muscle takes up more room. You can actually fit our muscle inside our fat and still have room left over. This is the key to this whole video. Remember this if you remember nothing else. Muscle, a pound or a half pound in our case, of muscle takes up much less space than a half pound of fat. Fat is unruly. See, this is all nice and compacted. Let me show you what fat looks like in real life. This is where I took off some more of the paper. All of this over here made a mess, and I made a mess. Fat. Try stuffing this in your skinny jeans. That's why it doesn't work. You try to stuff it in, and then it just over the sides. Because fat has no home training. It's unruly, and we don't need it. So let's say these weigh the same. You can obviously fit tons of these in the space that it takes up to fit this. This is why if you're doing a workout program and you have some type of weight training or muscle training or resistance, I'm doing Insanity, you can expect to see weight gain sometime when you first start out because you're replacing him with this. And you can fit more of this in the space that he took up. Which do you want in your clothes? I know you want our well-behaved child. So sometimes, this is why I tell people if you're doing a program where you're hitting the gym or you're doing weights or you're doing something home-based that involves strength training or any type of resistance training, take your scale. Do me this favor. Just take your scale, pick it up, open your window. Because it's not going to give you an accurate scale of what's happening in your body. Your scale can only tell you the effect that gravity has on your body. It can't tell you if what's composed inside. It can't tell you if that's made up of how much percentage muscle, how much percentage fat. So it's really misleading, and it can get people really, really thrown off track. Oh, I've been doing this program for 4 weeks, and I'm not seeing any weight change. Let me tell you, inside your body is completely transforming, and your scale can't tell you that. Keep it here, and I will tell you what you will do to be able to tell what's going on. So, another visual to show you the difference between muscle versus fat is I'm going to show you a picture. I can figure out how to work this. Here we go. Ta-da! These are the famous Williams sisters. Venus is on. This is the taller sister, and Serena is the shorter sister. If I asked you who you thought weighs more, who would you say? I'm pretty sure most people would think that Serena weighs more. Well. Venus actually weighs more. She outweighs her sister by about 10 pounds. And that's not to say that she looks 10 pounds heavier. If anything, she might look 10 pounds less. It's all about this. She's taller, so she has more room in her body to fit more of this. So it's about 10 more pounds of muscle, or give or take, in her body. What do you think they weigh? Before you answer that, let me show you one more athlete. Let's come over here and click right here and click right here. Allison Felix, Olympic gold medalist in the 200 meters. Now, all three of these women have amazing bodies. If you stood them next to each other, you'd be like, I don't even know which body I want to have. I'll take them all. But did you know that there's about a 40-pound difference between them? Allison Felix weighs about 121 pounds, whereas Venus Williams weighs 165. Let's note that both Venus and Serena weigh more than me. However, I can't fit their clothes. If I try to put on one of their tennis skirts, we're going to have this coming all out of the sides and all out of the places. I've lost 45 pounds, but I still can't fit into that because I still have more of this than I want. Do you understand what I'm saying? Big difference. So, what have we learned? We have learned that the scale is not an accurate way for us to measure our bodies, especially if we're doing weight training. So if you're seeing the pounds go up, don't think that you're doing something wrong. You need to cut back on calories and stop eating. That's the worst thing you can do. Stick with it. Make sure you're eating enough. You might even need to eat more, but you need to invest in one of these and take your measurements. Every 30 days, take your measurements and take your pictures. Take accurate measurements, and this is how. I'm sharing a Shari secret. Get yourself a measurement outfit. What I mean by that, get yourself a pair of shorts that fall mid-thigh. They can be a cheap $5, $10 pair of workout shorts, and a t-shirt where the sleeves come mid-arm. And what you're going to do is on the first day when you start your workout program, you put on the outfit, and where those shorts land on your thigh, where they end, that's where you measure. Where that shirt ends on your arm, that's where you measure. And 30 days later, you put on the same outfit and measure there. Because you kind of know it's hard to eyeball those things. I mean, your thigh is kind of long. After a while, you're like, did I put the tape here the last time or here? And that can make a difference. So use a measuring outfit. That's what I do. And it really helps you to get a good measure, a good accurate measurement of your body's dimension. So I'm going to leave you now with a picture of some female athletes, their sport that they play, their height, and their weight. And you will see that some of these women aren't even 100 pounds, and some are pushing close to 200 pounds, and all of them have amazingly fit and toned bodies. You wouldn't call the one that's close to 200 obese in any way, and that is because of what? She has this over all of that. So, if this has changed your mind about maybe what your goals are as far as what you want to be, then that's great. Sometimes you need to stop worrying about what the scale says and just worry about what size clothes you're going to fit into. I mean, isn't this about shopping for smaller sizes anyway? Anywho, I hope this has shined a little bit of light on this topic for you. And that is all until next week. So I will leave you with our female athletes and their beautiful dimensions, and throw out your scales. Bye.